Another interesting news story, at least interesting to me, Dizzy Wright took to social media and he basically announced that he finally owns all his Funk Volume masters 100%. And he wrote a big ass post up on Instagram. It was 5 projects that he put out on Funk Volume. This dude was like the busiest dude on Funk Volume. This dude dropped so much fucking music on Funk Volume. And he did say that he gave up 50% of his masters when he signed. And the reason why he gave up that 50% was basically, he was under the impression that the record label was just going to get big and he was going to get all the promo, and in the end it would be worth giving up 50% of his masters to Funk Volume. And Funk Volume was on their way to being like a Strange Music or Psychopathic Records, some shit like that, in the underground. Like they were, with Hopsin dropping the albums he was doing, the Ill Minds and all that shit he was doing, like they were steadily on the way of becoming one of the underground heavyweights without a doubt. And, he got his masters back 100%. My question is, what about the publishing? What's up with his publishing? Does he own all of his publishing for these albums? I've always heard that publishing is more important than actually owning the masters. So I wonder if he owns his publishing for that and the masters. If so, shout out to Dizzy Wright. Even if not, just getting the masters back is a big fucking deal in music in general. You always hear about people fighting for their masters. Shout out to Dizzy Wright for getting his masters back 100%. Hope he's got his publishing as well. If not, at least he got the masters back. And if he doesn't have his publishing, he could fucking, fight for that shit, and he had to pay for the shit. Who owns Funk Volume's masters? It's got to be Dame and Hopsin, right? I believe I've heard Hopsin say that he would just give back the masters and that they wouldn't have to pay for it. But the music business is, in fact, just that, a business. So, artists, if you, get the opportunity to sign a deal, be careful of what you're giving up and what you're getting in return for what you're giving up. Just always fucking remember that, man. It's super important. If you hear people talk about it all the fucking time, but people still sign on that dotted line of a shitty deal. And it's unfortunate. But shout out to Dizzy Wright for, regaining his masters 100%. I thought that was a pretty dope news story that dropped. It was actually this past weekend that it dropped. So, flame emojis for Dizzy Wright on that.